Welcome, everyone. This is Dr. Janet Franco, also known as Soulful Rosie. I am honored to have shared this rare opportunity to spend these vital minutes with Joey Gilbert, a true frontrunner for the Patriots in America, an amazing attorney, and also Clayton Thomas, the co-founder of the product Clean Slate by the company Root. This is not just any product. This was formulated by a scientific savant, the master, Dr. Christina Ron. Joey Gilbert and myself and many others are trying to find an answer or an antidote for the incredible toxins that are permeating our world. We need to find this and stop it now, and we feel we have. So sit back, take notes, and enjoy this rare few minutes up close and personal with Clayton Thomas and Joey Gilbert. Thank you.
Before we go, we got to talk about the vets for a second, because I've been working with them for almost 2 decades. They've had a lot of vaccines, obviously, when they joined the military, plus the C-19. So what have you seen with PTSD, traumatic brain injury? What have you seen with the brain with the trilogy you talk about?
This is an issue of neurotoxicology, right? So you look at mercury, lead, and aluminum are neurotoxic heavy metals. Graphene's probably crossing the blood-brain barrier as well, not because it primarily may be permeable, but because if you have a leaky gut, you have a leaky brain. So the membranes are leaky. But the 3 primary issues are mercury, lead, and aluminum. And mercury disrupts every aspect of the human body, every organ system, every system. It does it differently in every individual. But when you look at traumatic brain injuries and concussions, the issue, unless you've had like a severe brain injury, right, then when you're looking at recovering from that injury. But if you've had concussions, and we're talking about CTE, like chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the issue is not the concussion. The issue is the fact that the concussion creates a lot of ionic activity or electrical activity in the brain that the heavy metals that are in your brain all will migrate towards. That causes the early development of tau. Tau is what they talk about being the big issue, the amyloid plaque. The amyloid plaque is actually created from mercury, lead, and aluminum. So if you can remove the metals, and even if you've got some of these issues, if you can start to remove those metals very slowly, you can see the recovery, but you have to do that in multiple steps. Because just like we talked about with the Trinity, you have to not only start to clean up the brain, but in order to get to the brain, to activate the brain's detoxification process, which is through the glymphatic system, right? It's not crossing the blood-brain barrier. If anybody's talking about, oh, we got to cross the blood-brain barrier, they don't understand what's been talked about the last 8 years, because we didn't understand scientifically what the glymphatic system was until about 8 years ago. The glymphatic system is the extension of your lymphatic system that actually washes the brain and detoxifies the brain at night, but it only does it at one specific time. It will only activate during a specific time, and that is during deep REM sleep. The problem is we don't get enough deep REM sleep because of fluoride in the water supply that calcifies your pineal gland. So you got to decalcify your pineal gland. Clean Slate removes fluoride. It decalcifies the pineal gland. This bioavailable silica in Clean Slate helps to add extra silica to your pineal gland, because there are little crystalline resonators in your pineal gland that allow the control of light. It controls the circadian rhythm, so your sleep and wake cycle. It also is what connects us to our light source, which is our spirituality. But once you decalcify it, there's an important mechanism that has to take place. You have to take care of your gut, which is what Restore is doing. And then you need the neurotransmitters, which is what Zero In creates. Because during the day, you need more dopamine. At night, you need more serotonin. So when you put a focus into going to sleep, the boost of serotonin that you get goes to your pineal gland. Your pineal gland converts serotonin into melatonin. It also converts serotonin into DMT. You don't need freaking mushrooms. You need serotonin in a properly functioning pineal gland to produce the DMT. The DMT is what causes lucid dreaming. So when you get into deep sleep and you start lucid dreaming, that's when REM kicks in. When REM kicks in, your glymphatic system activates, which means your brain starts to detoxify itself. It's the only time it happens. When that happens, you get a little dopamine kick in the morning and you wake up feeling refreshed. You do this continually, You get to reset your brain. You have more dopamine and serotonin during the day. You feel better. You function better. Doesn't bother you. You don't have any concerns because you feel good.